How to help your author upload a PDF to ACX. Hey, this is Susan Fouché with Voices for Learning, and in this video, I am going to give you a little secret to success as an audiobook narrator. Did you know that authors can upload PDFs to accompany their audiobooks in Audible? Well, this is a fact that not many narrators actually know about, and I don't think many authors know about it either. So I'm going to give you one of my secrets to success as an audiobook narrator that will really help your author and help you become invaluable to him or her. Be sure to check out the description where I've got some great resources where you can reinvest in your voiceover business, like a link to my friend Anthony's ACX course that teaches you how to make money recording audiobooks using ACX. Be sure and check that out. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this. What I'm going to do is tell you how to go ahead and upload the PDF to Audible, and then I'm going to give you some examples of a PDF and show you what an example looks like. I'm going to give you some ideas for information that can go into the PDF that you can talk to your author about, and just some different ways that you can kind of communicate to your author the importance of having a PDF and just to enlighten them on this whole process. So first of all, to get a PDF to go with an Audible audiobook, your author is going to need to email support@acx.com. So your author is going to have to do this. They're going to have to go ahead and, attach their PDF to this email, send it to support@acx. However, this is a really important piece. The email that your author sends with the PDF needs to come from the email address that the author's ACX account is associated with. I also urge you, the narrator, to call ACX's phone number, which is right here on the screen. I encourage you as a narrator to get familiar with that phone number, put it in your phone so that you can easily call ACX and ask them questions like, hey, what's the point of a PDF? How can I enlighten my author about the whole PDF thing on Audible, since not many authors know about it? And give that phone number to your author as well so that your author can educate themselves on the ins and outs of ACX as well. The goal is that you become an expert. You as the narrator become an expert in this field so you can walk your author through all these different steps that your author doesn't know about and that a lot of other narrators don't know about either. That helps you become invaluable to the author, and it puts you at the top of their list so you don't have to keep on auditioning all the time. You are just on their, it's not even a short list, it's just the number one list. So, so that's how to go ahead and get the PDF to ACX. Let me give you an example of what a PDF looks like on ACX. Okay, so here I am on my Android phone. There's my Audible app. I went ahead and opened it up, and I am going to get to a book called My Drug Dealer Brought Me to God. This book has a PDF associated with it. To get to it, just click on the 3 dots in the upper right-hand corner, and then just go down to accompanying PDF. Go ahead and tap on that, and that will go ahead and open up the PDF. Now, what Ryan Joseph Allen did, and I got to publish this book, is he put his workbook as the PDF. So whenever you buy the paper version or the Kindle version of My Drug Dealer Brought Me to God, you get a workbook that goes with it. However, Ryan wanted that workbook available to the listeners of the audiobook as well. And so he went ahead and sent that to ACX. They uploaded the PDF of the workbook with his audiobook, and as you can see, it's got listening exercises, reflection, writing exercises, and at the back of it, it's even got kind of like a little journal and a little checkbox where you can check in, kind of like a 30-day challenge to see how you're doing. And, after you've read the book, just kind of like note things with yourself. You can also take advantage of printing out the PDF. Here you can see that there's the Canon print or the little print icon. So I could print that out if I wanted to. I could also open it in Adobe Acrobat or PDF Viewer, whatever I've got on my phone that's available. So there's a lot of options for having a PDF with your accompanying audiobook. And this is just simply how you educate your authors, where they can have something special added with their audio book. We can also edit the PDF, star it, save a copy, print, just all the different features that you've got with any kind of PDF here as well. I wanted to also give you some other ideas that you can talk to your author about if they are not familiar with the idea of a PDF. Clearly, most PDFs are going to go with nonfiction books. That just makes sense. What Ryan used for My Drug Dealer Brought Me to God for his audiobook was he used, as you saw, a workbook with some reflections and exercises, writing exercises. But in the PDF that goes with the audiobook, you can also tell your author that they can include resources that are at the back of a nonfiction book that can't really be, talked about in an audiobook. Remember, audiobooks are solely audio. There's nothing visual about it except for the little cover that's in the Audible app. So nothing visual. What the PDF does is it allows you to just open up this brand new resource that goes with the audiobook. So anything in a nonfiction book, like works cited, resources for further information, an index, glossary of terms, this can all go in the PDF. And you can help your author by, kind of adding into the script for further information. Check out the PDF that accompanies this Audible audiobook. And remember, when you're looking at kind of like the difference between an audiobook and the print book, an audiobook has to be 95% of what the print book is. So 5%, that's a good leeway of extra things that you can have in an audiobook. And so you can help your author and just say, hey, at the end of each chapter, let's just go ahead and write in, and I'll just record for further information, check out my PDF. Or for further information, go to my website or whatever. There's a lot of ways that you can make your audiobook really interactive and get your author to help you with that, or you help your author with that. It's another way to just kind of enlighten your author and allow them to really make 100% great use of the audiobook. Another thing that you can have in an audiobook that I kind of didn't even think about is maps. I know when I read Game of Thrones, I read all of those books. When I read the Game of Thrones books, I was constantly flipping back to the map that was at the beginning of the book to see where in Westeros they were fighting or where they were doing whatever. Same thing when I read The Hobbit. There was a map of whatever the name of that land was. I just remember there's been a lot of books that have maps in them. And so a map is a really great thing to include in a PDF if you are, recording a fantasy book or any kind of book that has a map. So any of the material in a book that can't be transferred into audio can be put into the PDF. Help your author understand that. Help them really, really sell their audiobook even more by having a great PDF in there. So I told you how to get that audiobook PDF to ACX. Of course, your author is in charge of that. Just guide them through that process. It's very painless. Make sure that they've got the phone number, so if they have any questions, they can call ACX and just double check anything. Give your author other ideas of things that they can incorporate into the PDF. Tell them about the PDF. It really, really helps you look great and informed, and it helps you educate the author and really, really helps them. So Be sure to subscribe to my channel. I am a growing new channel. I would love the support. And if you have a comment, please leave it. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching to the end. I can't wait to see you next week. Happy Audiobook Wednesday. Bye.